Hello, everybody. This is Besty Wurzel, host of Chatting with Betsy and Passionate World Talk Radio. The producer is Jeanne White, and she writes the blog, which I highly suggest you read for information on how to get in contact with my guest. I am so excited about my guest. I am talking to someone from Israel, who to me is the promised land because I'm Jewish, so I am like got goosebumps. And my guest is co-founder and CEO of We Care Apps. It is an app to help assist people with mild cognitive decline. You're going to want to listen to the show. And I want to welcome Orly Yeruham. I hope I pronounced your name right, Orly. Welcome to Chatting with Betsy.
Hi, thank you for having me. I'm really excited to have this conversation. This is really exciting times for us. Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. I met you through someone else, and this is how we connect. We connect with other people, and I was interested. So could you please tell us why you created your app? And how does it help people? That's a too loaded question.
Yeah. So we are two founders that came to this venture from our personal experience. The other co-founder is Shimon Cohen. He's the CTO of the company. And about more than a decade ago, his father had an illness, and due to this illness, he had a short-term memory impairment. And as an engineer, we thought, okay, how can I help my father and other people like him to have something that will replace his memory? And we started thinking about different apps and different products. And along the way, we met, just connected, and we decided to jump in and to develop this product. I felt very connected to the cause because my father suffered from Parkinson, and this is kind of a dementia, Lewy body dementia, and to help people with some kind of cognitive impairment and cognitive decline, I felt that it's a kind of a mission of mine, that if I can use my skills and ability to develop product and to do stuff, then I prefer to do it to a good cause. And when we introduced me the idea, I said that I cannot say no to him. And about 2 years and a half, 3 years almost ago, we decided to go all in and develop our product, which is a mobile app that helps older adults and people with mild cognitive decline to be more independent by manage their daily tasks and schedule. And what is unique about this app that it's very, very simple to use. So it's very intuitive, and in a few clicks you can create an event or a task. And you also can have a family member, a caregiver, to assist you to it. So they can also create tasks for you or also get feedback when this task is done. So we gave it to our parents, both of our fathers, and we saw that really improvement in the quality of life. I can tell about my father that when my mom put in different tasks, for example, going to the grocery shop, he felt that he can contribute to the household again and he feel like value again. And it was really great to see it. I also added for him another task to call me every day at noon. And it's great because we can call me every day and ask me, hey, Orly, have you been listening for me? And I said yes, and he felt that I care about him, and I'm looking to contact him, and it's really great. So we have more stories about it from Roy's fathers, that in the past his mother used to remind him all the time to take his pills, to take his eye drops, and now we get a notification on his mobile phone or to take a medicine. Go up, take the med, and continue with his day. And you see that also the caregiver, our mothers, that also it gives some kind of peace of mind that you can follow up on the schedule, and you feel that you give them a little bit of independence, and it's great.
That's so amazing to me, Orly, that you took a situation, and I have to say, I'm sorry about your dad's diagnosis, but you decided to be an advocate without thinking about it. You have a skill, and you wanted to improve your dad's life and other people's by creating this app. That's wonderful. Yeah. That's really amazing. So, I just want to tell the listeners, your mom or dad or whoever could have a diagnosis such as Parkinson's and dementia, but you can use that situation to make not only their life better, but other people's lives better. I get goosebumps. And you're also helping your mom, and you're making your dad feel part of a family and not be so dependent on your mom by creating this app to remind him of, taking his medicine, doing his eye drops, calling you, so then he's reminded to have social contact with you. That's important. That's really important. How do they get this app? How do people get this app?
So it's available on the Apple App Store in most countries. I think it's worldwide, except for the United States, I'm sorry. But we will release a version for the United States later on by the end of this year or in the beginning of the next year. But currently it's available in all countries but the U.S. Unfortunately, it's only on iOS devices, so if you have iPhone or iPad, you can use the app. You can search My Day. The name of the app is My Day. Reminders and calendar, and you can find the app. But let me know if I can send you a link, and maybe the audience can find that link in their blog.
Okay, so the app is not available right now in the United States because this is global. Chatting with Betsy, Pastoral Talk Radio. So it is heard overseas. So for the folks in the United States, this app isn't available now. It should be available next year. And did you say you have to have an iPhone? Is it only for an iPhone, Orly?
iPhone and iPad.
iPhone and iPad. So not for the Android. Okay, that's good to know because I have an Android myself. Okay. I have an Android, but so will it eventually be able to be used on an Android phone?
Yeah, obviously it's in our plans. We have more than 10 years of experience in iOS development, so it was easy for us to start it on the iOS and start with it. But we are planning on release a better version. It will be both for the iOS and both for Android, but it will take us some time. It will take us more than half a year, more than 6 months. So for now, it's only available in the iPhone.
Oh, okay. Well, you know what? You have to start somewhere, so that's great. You do have to start somewhere, and then it will be available next year sometime in the U.S. So that's good for the folks to know. And I just want to go over, they would go to the Google store. I guess they had that overseas. I don't even know myself. The app.
Yeah.
Will they go to Google to get it?
The App Store. They can go to the
App Store. Okay.
The App Store in the phone, in the iPhone, and they can search for My Day, reminders and calendar, and we will be one of the first results. And also, I can send you a link, and maybe in the blog you can put a link, and then people can reach to us from there.
Sure. That's awesome. Now, I have a question to ask, because in the situation of my husband, Matt, after a while, could not even dial the phone. He didn't have a smartphone anyway, but he had a flip phone. So this app is more for those who know how to use a phone and who could use an app. So I would think their cognitive decline would be very mild to be able to use this app. Is that correct?
Yes, it's correct. But also, I think that the dementia has, I think, the 7 stages of dementia, that we aim for the first 4 stages. The people are still, they might forget some stuff. You see the decline, but it's not that they are not communicative at all. For example, my father currently is in mid-stage of dementia, but it's harder for him to use the phone. He still uses it, but not as it used to before. So you can see that if you use the app in the early stage of the dementia, we still don't know, but we can assume that it might prolong the stage and keep the people more active, because we know that if someone is active, if someone is has a lot of social networks, and it might take longer to reach to the later stage of the dementia. And so, obviously, we approach to the first stage when people are more active and more can use the phone. And we hope that with our app they can prolong this the years that they're in this stage, and they can maybe prolong their life. It's still new, so we don't have any research that can show that, but we say that our assumption is that if someone is can be active, because in the app they can say, okay, you have to go to the supermarket, or you have to go to the local community center to do some kind of an activity, and you can call your kids or grandchildren. So maybe it will take much longer to get to the later stage of the dementia.
I think this app would be good for anybody, actually, Orly. It would be good for me, for instance, to remind me of appointments, taking medication. I think it could be used for anyone, from young to old, to remind them, oh, I have an appointment, I have a test today. I just think that would be a great reminder, because sometimes, I write myself a list now. I have my moments. I am going to be 63, so I'm not as sharp as I used to be in my 40s or 50s. So that app would help me, remind me of what I need to do if I even forget to write it down. So you would go into this app, and you go into this app, and then what do you do? How does it work exactly?
So basically, after you log in or create your account, you have an option to create an event, and you can choose from pre-made events, task or events. For example, take medicine, what are the plans, or exercise, and tasks like this. Or you can create your own task, and you have the option to create your own list, or with a custom-made task, and also an event. And once you pick the event, you just choose the date, the time, and click on done, and that's basically it. And you can invite a family member, a caregiver, to assist you with it. So you can have more than one person to use the account. There is one person that is the main user that maybe the one in charge of the task, but other caregivers can see from remotely, from remote, that they can see which tasks were done and which doesn't, and also they can add tasks for the person. For example, I will remotely add tasks for my father, and I can see if he do the task, if he does the task or no, and I also can get a notification when the task is done. So when my father takes the medicine and marks the task as done, then I can get a notification on my device that the task was completed. And I want to say something. You said that app is everybody can use it, and I really cannot agree more. Currently, we have more than 13,000 downloads, and most of the people that use the app, it's more than 4,000 people that users in the app. That most of them are in their 20s. So I think it's because the app is very simple. People like to use it, and you see that how they use it, and it's interesting to see it that it fits with everybody.
Well, that's good to know, because we have a large millennial audience. A lot of colleges listen to Passion World Talk Radio. So that would be a great app for someone in college, high school, a busy mom. This app really sounds very interesting, and you'll have to let me know when it's available in the U.S. on Android, Orly, because it sounds like something I'm going to need.
And definitely will update you.
Yes, I could definitely use that. And because when people hear, oh, it's an app for someone who has cognitive decline, oh, then I won't, I don't need to use it. But, yes, this is for everyone. And I would suggest, people outside the U.S., check it out. Go, use it. Now, do they have to purchase this, or is it for free in the app store?
It's for free. There are some features that are paid features. For example, if you want to add more than one caregiver, you want to add up to 10. This is a premium feature. If you want to have like a weekly recurring event, it's a premium feature, but there is about 10 features that are premium. But if you want to use it for your personal need, and I think the free version, you can find it enough. And the cost for the premium account is about, the discount cost is about $3 per month, or for the annual version subscription, it's about $18 or something, $19. It depends. The Apple change it in every country according to the currency. So this is about the cost. So you can choose between a monthly subscription or an annually subscription.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, that would be well worth the cost of having an app to help remind a busy person of their appointments and medication. I know sometimes myself, I'll say, did I take my medicine? And so I can definitely, I'm looking forward to when this comes, because I take a inhaler every morning. And sometimes I'm so busy in the morning, I think to myself later in the day, did I take that inhaler? And I could definitely, this is where you need an app like this, folks, to remind you to take your medication. It's important because, you know what, we get so busy. You know, if you're a mom, you're busy. If you're a caregiver, you're busy. You know, we're just live busy lives. And even though you take a medication every day, sometimes you can forget. And what about if you forget to give it to your loved one? And that's important. So this is a very important app to think about getting. It's very important because I know I can't help but laugh because I have this dark sense of humor that helped me survive caregiving, that sometimes I would think to myself, did I give Matt his medicine? Did I do it? Did I remove his patch and put the new one on? And that's very important that you remove the patch, whatever it is. There's several medications that are in patches now. Yeah. Remove the old patch before you put the new one on. And one time I forgot. And it's a good thing, I noticed. So this is really, I can't even stress how important that is. Thank you for creating that, Orly. That is really, and your partner, that is really an important service on so many levels. I mean, even if you're a busy executive and you have meetings all day and you're supposed to have an appointment to go to the doctor and you forget because you have all these meetings scheduled. You could put that in the app. I have an appointment. That's very important. And I think, everyone with whatever dementia progresses differently. And everyone, is different. So some people with dementia can use this app for a very, very long time. Some may not be able to use it. But you know what? I would give it a try. And especially if you're a caregiver, use it for yourself, to remind yourself. Because I could tell you, as a caregiver, you can forget. You don't mean to forget. You forget, and then guess what happens? If you're like me, you feel guilty. Oh, I forgot to do this. Oh, I forgot to give him that medication. I could have used this app with Matt for myself.
Yeah.
That's very important.
I can share my mom that she said, okay, I need something that remind me, because there's a lot of tasks in the road. There's a lot of things on the caregiver's shoulders, because you need to remember your own mission, your own task, but also you need to remember his task. What he needs to do, what he needs to take. So it's very overwhelming, and if you can just write it down in the app and forget about it, that the app will remind you whenever you need it. So it's very easy, it's very useful.
That that's amazing. Now, when the app reminds you, Orly, this might sound like a silly question, but I am tech challenged. So when you plan an event or medication time in the app, does it do an alarm on your phone?
Yes.
Or do you have to go into the app?
No, you have a notification with a sound that reminds you to take the meds. And after about 9 minutes, if you didn't make any action, you didn't mark the task as done, you have another notification that you still need to take the meds. And in the future version, we are going to add an option that if you didn't mark that you take and if you took the medicine, your caregiver will get a notification that you didn't take it, and they need to remind you to take it. So we are going to add more options to make sure that people will take it. Obviously, it's not 100%, but I think it's another thing that makes the compliance more, more sure that people will take the meds. If you have another notification, people eventually will take the meds.
That's very good to know. And this app, because I know I'm tech challenged, okay, and I'm 62, and the baby boomer generation worldwide, there's a lot of us all over the world. So this app is it friendly for tech challenged people such as myself and others?
Yes. We gave it to many people above the age of 60, 65, and they use it. My father is 86, so we use the app. So I think that because it's simplicity and it's very intuitive, it's very easy to learn how to use the app. And because you have the option to add a caregiver to the account, you can sure that the person that will use the app will be more passive, and someone else will add all the tasks for him, and the person himself will just get a notification of what he needs to do, and you almost don't need to go into the app. You just need to go to the app to go to the notification and see what you need to do, and that's basically it. My father uses it in a different way. He loves to open the app all the time to see what day is today, what the time is, because you have in a big font the day and the time, and the task that he did during the day, what he needs to do. It helps him to focus. And you see that many people with cognitive decline, they need something that helps them to focus to see what they accomplished this day, what they need to do. So it's very interesting to see how we interact with the app. And for example, Roy's father is very responsive to notification. He gets a notification with the sound on his iPhone, and he does the task that he needs to do. If it's to go to the local community center, or if it's take the meds, or put eye drops, whatever he needs to do. You see that every person can interact differently with the app, but it has both of them, so it's interesting.
Yes, you can use this app and adjust it according to the person's own individual needs.
Yep.
And this app would be good for a child. Time to get up, time to do your homework. You could set it. Time to catch the school bus. Your after-school activities. This is another avenue to use the app. I asked about the tech challenge because a lot of baby boomers are older, and they may not have anyone living at home with them to help them, use technology. That's why I asked if it was easy. It sounds pretty easy that I would be able to manage how to work it. So that's good. I like things that are very simple to use. And I know I'm not the only one out there who's tech challenged at my age. That sounds, your app sounds magnificent, Orly, and I wish you much success with it, and I hope that it becomes very successful, because it just sounds like you can use it for so many things, from a child up to a senior citizen, and even an elderly senior citizen. I know, for instance, my mom, she had an iPhone. She's 90. She's getting forgetful. She could program this. It's easy to use. She could program an event. She could program an appointment. This is really something I think everyone should look into. And, I hope it comes to the U.S. next year for people here in the U.S. I really do. And please let me know if it does, because I'm going to go on the Android, because I have an Android, and I would have to check it out myself. Thank you, Orly, for coming on. Thank you for coming on and talking about your app. And how do people reach you? How would someone get a hold of you?
They can reach us in our website, wecareapps.io. They can contact us over there, and you can have my email address, which is orly@wecareapps.io. And as I said before, you can find the app in the Apple App Store. You can search for MIDA, Reminders and Calendar, and we're one of the first results. Yeah, that's basically it. And I think that you can have my contact details. If everyone that want to contact me, feel really. I'm looking forward to it. It was really, and thank you very much for having me on this show. It's really a great opportunity, and thank you so much. It was great to talk to you. You said earlier you have goosebumps. Me too. I'm really excited to have this conversation with someone really overseas, and like all the networking, it's amazing. I'm really excited.
Well, you're very welcome. The first time I talked to Orly, we talked on Facebook Messenger. And I never talked to anyone from Israel, and I was just getting goosebumps because, I mean, it's a personal thing that I have because I am Jewish, and I never went to Israel, but to talk to someone who's in Israel, it just was very exciting for me. It was really a pleasure. It's a pleasure to have you on. And
pleasure is mine.
Oh, no, thank you. And you're also on LinkedIn.
Yes,
I am. You're on LinkedIn also. So if you have LinkedIn, look up Orly. Pronounce your last name for me, Orly. Yeruham. Y.
Yes.
Right. Yeruham. And I want to thank everyone for listening. If you are looking for a support group, I have my own support group, #Kick Alzheimer's Ass Movement. You do not have to have Alzheimer's. You could have any dementia. You could be a caregiver, past caregiver, or just come and join the group and be inspired and learn how to be an advocate. And I want to tell everyone that it is free to subscribe to Chatting with Betsy on Spreaker, Spotify, Google, and Apple. And I want to thank Lillian Caldwell for this radio station, Passion World Talk Radio. And I want to thank Jeanne White for all that she does. And people, in a world where you could be anything, please be kind. We need it. Shine your light bright in this dark world because we need to shine brighter than ever before. And I want to say Shalom Aleichem to Orly and Mazel Tov on your app and much success. So Shalom means hello, it means peace, and Mazel Tov means congratulations. And I don't know, really don't know Hebrew. That's what I know. I love having a good time and chatting with Betsy. You're welcome. Okay, folks, until we chat again, this is Besty Wurzel, host of Chatting with Betsy and Passion World Talk Radio. Bye-bye now.